ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलन वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो हरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सेवेंथ कारिका। विभूतिं प्रसवं त्वन्ये मन्यन्ते सृष्टिचिन्तकाः स्वप्नमायासरूपेति सृष्टिरन्यैर्विकल्पिता। भाष्यकार says विभूतिः विस्तारः ईश्वरस्य सृष्टिः इति सृष्टिचिन्तकाः मन्यन्ते न तु परमार्थचिन्तकानां सृष्टौ आदरः इत्यर्थः। So we and others, we are not sṛṣṭi chintakaha. So basically we don't give any weightage. Sṛṣṭau ādarah Bhashyakara says. We don't give any weightage to the sṛṣṭi. Means we don't inquire into the sṛṣṭi. How the sṛṣṭi is there? What is the sṛṣṭi? Our idea, whole idea is to understand that there is a whole. There are no divisions, etc. So we are basically, we are not committed to prove what is the reality of the sṛṣṭi, etc. or how it came about. No. So we talk about Brahman, we don't talk about sṛṣṭi. Our whole tatparya is not in sṛṣṭi but in Brahman. So this paramarthika chintakaha, so we are paramarthika chintakaha, we seek to find out what is true. And for them, for the others, sṛṣṭi basically, for the others, they think about the sṛṣṭi and how it came about, etc. For us, Shruti is a pramana. Shruti says all that is there is Brahman. And with that we think about, we try to explain that, how the whole thing is, whole means this creation is Brahman. So this is how we are paramarthika chintaka. Our adara basically, our asakti basically is not in how creation came about. Whereas in theology, what he says, vibhūtim prasavam tu anyes manyante sṛṣṭi chintakaha. Sṛṣṭi chintakaha manyante. So basically these people who are theologians says this creation is vibhūtim prasavam. Anye sṛṣṭi chintakaha. There are several. He is going to talk about many. Anye, there are few who are sṛṣṭi chintakaha, who are basically talk about the sṛṣṭi, how it came about, etc. They manyante, they believe. They say, what? Vibhūtim prasavam. The sṛṣṭi is vibhūtim or sṛṣṭi is prasavam. Either. Vibhūtim. Sṛṣṭi basically is an extension of Īśvara. Sṛṣṭi is a splendor, vibhūti, glory of Īśvara. Swamiji, we also say, just wait. Sṛṣṭi is a splendor. Sṛṣṭi is an extension, expansion of Īśvara, etc. And then we ask, how do you explain it? Well, just as seed expands in order to, become a tree. So the way the seed, etc., ultimately becomes a tree. So the seed expands to become a tree. Same way Īśvara is a bijam, cause seed. It only expands in the form of the entire creation, which is a tree, samsara vriksha. Looks very good, right? But we should understand that once you find a tree, you get a tree, you never find a seed. You never find that seed which has given this. Therefore, the seed modifies into a tree. If everything is an expansion, if this whole Jagat is a tree, samsara tree, and Īśvara is a seed, cause Īśvara expands in the form of this tree, then you won't find now Īśvara. The cause is, the seed is gone. Well, so therefore, it's a parinama. That's not correct. So, vibhūtihi vistaraha Īśvarasya sṛṣṭihi iti sṛṣṭi chintakaha manyante natu paramartha chintakana sṛṣṭau ādaraha. So, for us who give a pramana to the Shruti, pramanyam to the Shruti, who looks upon Shruti as a pramana, for us there is no ādara, there is no commitment in proving anything regarding sṛṣṭi. All that is our interest is to prove that there is one Brahman, which is, there is nothing other than that, it's whole. Anyway, and then Bhashyakara tells example also. Indro māyābhihi pururupaha iyate iti shrutehe nahi māyāvinam sūtram ākāshe nikshipya tena sayudham aruhya chakshuragochatam atitya yuddena khandashaha chinnam patitam punaruththitam cha pashyatam tatkrita māyādi satattva chintayam ādaraha bhavati. Look at that. So we don't have ādara in the sṛṣṭi because sṛṣṭi is like this. Like what? Example. That's how, when you understand the example that sṛṣṭi is like this, and then in example you don't find a ādara, well, any kind of a commitment to that, well, same way we also have that. So first he says Indro māyābhihi pururupa iyate. This Indradesh Īśvara, well, māyābhihi. So māyābhihi means upadibhihi. Well, there is he appears as many, like a space, a partless whole space appears as a part space, room space, aeroplane space, right? So the same way, partless space appears through māyābhihi, part, etc., upadibhihi. So even it appears as a part space and various 100 part spaces, 1,000 homes, 1,000 home spaces, room spaces. So appears one space, māyābhihi, upadibhihi, appears as many. Same way, remaining partless whole, space appears as many. Same way our Indra, Parameshwara, Satchidananda, you. That's better. Parameshwara, that is not Vedanta. You, I, over, I, over. So you, the consciousness, right, basically appear as this through upadis, mithya upadis, appear as many. Let's say this is a statement. But Bhashyakara gives an example to show that there is no adara in the sṛṣṭi. What is example? Well, Paramartha Chintakanam adaraha na asti, right? So that is, he gives this his favorite example. And there is a rope trick example. So the Mayavi, the magician, throwing up the rope. He throws the rope. Creation started. Because there is no rope, but there is a rope. As though rope. Only Mayavi is there on the stage. You see when he comes, there was no rope. Now you find there is a rope, and he throws the rope. The very throwing the rope, the throwing of the rope is all as though. And then he climbs the rope, taking the sword in the hand. When he came barehanded. No sword, no rope, nothing. Now his creation has started. He threw the rope. Very throwing and the rope, everything is as though. And then he climbs the rope with a sword in his hand. Sayudham. Tena sutrena. Sayudham. Bhashyakara says tena. We can replace. Tena sutrena sayudham. Ayudhena saha. Along with the ayudha, along with the weapon, let's say sword, Aruhya climbs up. And telling the audience, what he tells, that he will fight with the Gandharvas. He is going up and he will fight with the Gandharvas. Then he reaches the top of the rope. Everything is as though. And he disappears. And then, you find only that there is a fight going on with the Gandharvas. All noise. Wow, oh, wow. And then you find, naturally Gandharvas were many. Our poor Mayavi would climb the rope. He's only one. Naturally he will be killed. And so, so once he goes to reaches the top of the rope, then you find him disappear. That's fine, okay, no problem. But instead of now, his body, all his parts of the body fell on the stage. And so, because he was chopped to the bits, and the various pieces of the Mayavi fall down. And then from the pieces of the Mayavi, he reappears and greets the audience. Wow, onlookers. So, so they have come, the people who have come for the main magic show, please understand, the people who know that they are going to see the magic show, the members of this audience, do not have any adara to the magic. Adara means here, not asakti. Oh, really? Our Mayavi has chopped into pieces and all that? And he climbed. Real? No. As he threw the rope, itself they started as though, everything as though. But there are few champions in the audience. They think that really Mayavi is climbing. They don't see the Mayavi standing on the stage. The Mayavi who is there on the stage is covered. And their whole attention is on that sṛṣṭi of the Mayavi. Right? That Maya. And when your attention from the Mayavi who is standing on the stage goes away, then whatever he created is taken real. Right? When what is real, the person who is standing on the stage real is forgotten, then what is appearance is taken real. This is called sṛṣṭi ādara. This is ādara to the sṛṣṭi, asakti to the sṛṣṭi. Oh, how is this sṛṣṭi? Always this question is always asked. Swamiji, but why we are very serious? Swamiji, but why we are created? Over means we are created. There is a creator, okay? Yeah. So creator, created, relationship, duality. You already created. Very serious. Very serious. This question has no answer other than the answer is, where is creation? Right? If there is a creation, means you will take yourself as a created being. So the reality in the creation is there for the person who doesn't know what is real. Then the appearance becomes real. So there are few in the onlookers who are going to take this māyā of this Māyāvi magician, well, is real. That they think that really the Māyāvi is climbing the rope. Because the Māyāvi who is standing on the stage, Bhūmishtha, Acharya is going to say that, is not seen. So, anyway. So, but other people, they really, they get amused. They know this fellow did not go up as it seemed. So, going up, falling down, being up again, everything is as though. So, audience has no adara in that sṛṣṭi of that Māyāvi, in that magic of them. Exactly like even a movie also, it is the same thing. You may have when you see a movie, there may be some empathy or some emotion. That's fine. But you know it is a movie. It's all light and shadow, right? And so you may wonder how he did all these things. But there is no adara in its reality. It's all magic. In fact, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. You know, in whole magic show, the person was on the stage, was there, is there, will be there. Nothing has happened to the Māyā. So this is how it is. So we have paramarthika chintakaha. We are the thinkers basically of the what is reality. The reality is Brahman. Nothing has happened. Ekameva advitiyam brahmas. Sarvam khalu idam brahma. All that is there is Brahman. There is no creation. Could you follow? So that is how it is. So paramarthika, well, the buddhi does not, when not being there for the other people, then they will take it as a real. So those who are committed to paramarthika vastu, they are not interested in finding out how the creation is, how the sṛṣṭi is. Sṛṣṭi, and that is why we have in Chandogya one sentence, Vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam, Vrittika ityeva satyam. There was a clay, there is clay, there will be clay. That's it. Creation of a pot and all. How pot was created? What was the wheel? And these, who created? What is the birth date of this pot? How long it will be sustained? There was a clay, there is clay, there will be clay. So we are paramarthika chintakaha, clay chintakaha, okay. So means for people whose commitment is to know the truth of what is, there is no tatparya in the sṛṣṭi. And what is the truth? If you ask this question, that question is the answer. What is the truth? What is the truth. Right? What is the truth? If you have a question, the answer is the question. What is? I will add one more is, okay. What is? Naturally, I have to add, because that was a question I have to answer. So I will add one more, a verb of a being. What is the truth. Start with the space. What is the truth of this creation? You say we are Paramarthika Chintakaha. We have no tatparya in the sṛṣṭi. Then what is the truth behind this? Well, start. Space is. Wow, very good. But consciousness is. Space is whether you say or you don't say because of certain issue with you. Space is. One who says, one who thinks, one who has a concept is. Consciousness is. Space is not without consciousness. Space is not beyond consciousness. Space is not besides consciousness. Yeah, but then let's keep space also is and consciousness also is. Parallel realities. No. One proves the existence of the other. The other does not prove the existence of this one. Okay? Yeah. Existence of the space is proven in consciousness. Existence of consciousness is not proven in space. If existence of consciousness is proven in space, means space is conscious of the consciousness. That never happens. In fact, other way, even when the space is not, consciousness is. Your deep sleep state reveals it. No, but there is a space even in a deep sleep state. Okay, in a deep sleep state there is a space. You are consciousness, that's okay? Yeah, I am conscious being, therefore I am consciousness, fine. Then if space also is there in consciousness also is there in a deep sleep state, you will be aware of the space. You will be aware, naturally. But you find you are very much there, but the space is not there anywhere in your awareness, consciousness. Therefore, space is consciousness is. Space is not consciousness is. What is more real? Wave is water is. Wave is not water is. What is more real? Who proves existence of who? Therefore, what is consciousness. Space is consciousness. Wave is water is. Wave is not water is means wave is water. The existence in the space is consciousness. So what is the truth behind this? This truth is consciousness. Start from the space. Time. Time consciousness. Time is, consciousness is. The concept of time is, consciousness is. Time is not deep sleep state. You are not aware of time. Therefore time has resolved. Consciousness is. To say even the absence of time, absence of space. You are very much there in deep sleep state. You get up and say. You need a mind to say. That's a different thing. But you are aware that these two were not there in a deep sleep state. So definitely time is consciousness is. Time is not consciousness is. So in deep sleep state you have an experience of even absence of time. Anyway, so therefore the reality is time is consciousness. Space is consciousness. Means the truth of the space is consciousness. The truth of the wave is water. When you say wave is water, means the truth of the wave is water. The truth of the space is consciousness. Truth of time is consciousness. Take any object. Take any object. Take your shirt, Swami. Okay. Shirt is. Swamiji, fabric is. Oh, I am going directly now. Shirt is. Shirt consciousness is. Reduce. Now shirt goes away. You can reduce the shirt. You can always reduce any name and form into another name and form, which is so-called cause. Fabric is. Fabric consciousness is. Fiber is. Fiber consciousness is. Fiber is made up of some chemical, let's say, some polymer, whatever. Chemical is consciousness is. Molecule is consciousness is. So that shirt has gone. but consciousness continues. Shirt has resolved into fabric, but consciousness is. Fabric has resolved into fiber. In your understanding, you may not literally, physically destroy the fabric, etc. Need not. Yeah. So you resolve cognitively. One thing is all the time there which sustain any name and form. It can be a fabric, it can be a shirt, it can be a fiber, it can be a chemical, it can be a molecule, it can be a particle, it can be a concept of the particle, subatomic particle, it can be a concept. The concept is sustained in consciousness. So the truth of shirt is consciousness. To anything, ocean, mountain, black hole, all that is there exists in consciousness, revealed in consciousness. Consciousness reveals itself and reveals everything else and proves its existence. Therefore, the truth of the entire creation is this. That is our adara, is we are paramarthika chintakaha. Our adara, our commitment is for that. How this has come about and how it functions and when it came about. So, Bhashyakara gave this example of a Mayavi. So once you find the answer of what is the truth, and the truth and the answer is what is the truth, and what is the consciousness. Sat is Chit. Chit is Sat. What is there is consciousness, which is self-existing. Consciousness is self-existent, self-revealing. Anyway, then afterwards, sṛṣṭi does not mean anything to us. So, and Bhashyakara, as I told you, gave the example of a Mayavi, and then he now, with that example, he takes this dashtanta. Tatha eva ayam māyāvinah sutra prasarana samah sṛṣṭi sapnādi vikāsah tadarūಢa māyāvi samascha tatstha prajña tejasādibihi sutra tadarūಢābhyam anyah paramartha māyāvi स एव भूमिष्ठः मायाच्छन्नः अदृश्यमानः एव स्थितः यथा तथा तुरीयाख्यं परमार्थतत्त्वम्. So that magic may be ordinary magic, because people all know this is all magic and all that. So but to tell this as a magic, we are not ready anyway. So tatha eva means just as in a drishtanta, same way here. Yatha drishtantah tatha eva. Tatha eva what? Jab ayam sushupta sapnadi vikāsah. So this vikāsa, this projection, look at that, of a sushupta. We may say vikāsa, but it's not expansion. Perhaps we may use the word manifestation. So this projection of a sushupta sapna, etc., and even jagrata also. Adipadat, you can take jagrata. So is all vikāsa. Sleep, etc., is a vikāsa. In the sense it is a state. Sushupta sthanaha, sapna sthanaha, jagarita sthana, we already saw. So the Atma, that which is a paramarthika satyam, alone basically doesn't expand. No expansion. It's just a manifest in these three. That's how Prathama Padaha, Dvitiya Padaha, Tritiya Padaha. So manifestation can take. So Sushupta Sapnadi Vikāsaha, Ayam Vikāsaha, Māyāvinaha, Sutra Prasarana Samaha. Look at that. So sṛṣṭi also is a Māyāvinaha Sarvajñasya Sarveshwarasya Ayam Ayam Vikāsaha, through Maya. Well, basically this Satchidananda Brahman, Atma, he is manifest in these three states of experience. And it is what? Sutra Prasarana Samaha. Sutra Prasarana means It's like the Mayavi has thrown that rope. That's a prasarana. So this is that. In example, it is a throwing the rope. It's as though we know. Same way, Brahman or a Sachidananda is basically is like a is manifesting in these three states of experience. Is like throwing up a rope. Projection, I mean. So he throws up a rope and then he climbs, etc. So here also this Brahman becomes a arudha. That's how they say. Antakkaran arudha. Ho gaya. Antakkarana arudha hai. So he climbs in this antakkarana. The very antakkarana is a projection, and then through Maya, and then, well, definitely in the antakkarana he is arudha now, manifest. And we have three states of a mind only, conscious mind, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupta. So, and then afterwards what happens? Tad arudhabhyam, tadarudha mayavi samasya. So tadarudha, so Mayavi has, thrown that rope, and then he climbed that rope. Same way, this through Maya, this Brahman, Atma, throws these three states of experience. Projection of the mind. I mean, the mind is thrown, and that's I think mind, that's better. We should take the mind is a projection first, like a sutra of that example. And in that mind, arudha, he climbs in that mind, means he manifests in the mind. That becomes the three states of experience. All projection. And then you say Prathama Pada, Dvitiya Pada, Tritiya Pada, etc. Jagrita Sthana, etc. So tadarudha mayavi samasya. Sushupta Swapnadi Vikasaha tadarudha mayavi samasya. Tatsthaha sutrasthaha pragnya tejasadi bihi sutra tadarudhabhyam anyah paramartha mayavi. Right? So definitely the paramartha mayavi. So in example, let's take the mayavi which is real. The magician who is standing there on the stage, bhumisthaha. Right? He is literally not, the very rope is a projection, and the climbing of the rope also is a projection. The very throwing of the rope is projection, and climbing also is a projection. So the Mayavi which you see on the rope is not real. Same way the consciousness which is manifest in this mind and then becomes a Vishwa, Jag and Tejasa and Pragna, etc. Waker, dreamer, etc. All is just not real. Right? So the individuality, etc. is not real. The very mind itself is a projection. Then the manifest consciousness which in the mind, etc. is also is a projection. So pragna tejasadi bhi sutra tada arudhabhyam anya paramartha mayavi. So here it says tastha iti sushuptadi avasthasu. So tatstha sushuptadi avasthasu tishtati iti tatstha, which obtains, manifest in these various states of experience, which is nothing but a states of antakarna only, manifest and manifest. So tatstha tatstha pragna tejasadibihi sutra tad arudhabhyam. Sutra and arudhabhyam, the antakarana and the chidabhasa, etc. Arudha means anyaha, naturally is different. Just as an example, the rope and the magician who has climbed the rope, both are basically mithya, projected. Same way, here also the consciousness, the Brahman or Atma, is basically distinct from the antakarana and that manifest consciousness, chidabhasa, etc. in form of Vishwa Tejasa Prajna. Distinct in terms of reality. So they are me, naturally, right? But I am not them. Through my Maya only, they are projected. So Paramartha Mayavi, magician, is not really upon the rope. Really speaking, that fellow is anyaha, is separate. And he is where? Bhumisthaha. Look at that. Saha eva bhumisthaha. This Paramartha Mayavi, bhumisthaha. He's just standing there. He has not even he has not even moved from the position in that stage. Think of that. He has not even moved from that position where he was standing. But still he appears all this. He is separate. Bhumishta. Māyā channaha. If it is there, well then everyone should have seen it. Well, but no. And so the real magician is different from that sutra, and the one who is on the sutra, Saiva Bhumishtaha, and Māyā channaha. Māyā achannaha. He is someone who is covered by the Maya. Nobody sees him. So avarana shakti of the Maya. He's that power he has to cover everyone's vision. Please understand. Yeah. So that is how even Hastamalakya, it says, Ganachanna drashtim, ganachanna markam, nishprabham manyatecha atimūdaha. Perhaps Bhashakara is using word achanna. There ganachanna drashtim. So the very beautiful example in Hastamalakya given by Hastamalakacharya is that sun is covered by the clouds. Sun which is 13,000 times bigger than the earth cannot be covered by a small, few kilometers dimension has that cloud, few kilometers, maybe sometime 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, we don't know, but very, 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 very limited, cannot cover the sun. So ganachanna drashtim, ganachanna markam. So basically cloud does not cover the sun. Cloud covers your vision of the sun. Exactly like this. They say this magician somehow covers your vision of himself, the real who is standing there. Then only you will see this whole thing as a real, otherwise not. If your vision is just, you focus on only Mayavi, the magician who is on the stage, no appreciation, no adara for what he has done, projected. That's how we all are. Our drashti, we have a Shruti Pramana. Our drashti, we are basically Brahmavadis. We are not Mayavadis. Shankaracharya ji is a Mayavadi. That's how they say. Not understanding. We are not Mayavadi. We are Brahmavadi. We want to prove all that is there is Brahman. We are not saying all that is there is Maya. Whole sṛṣṭi is Maya, then we are sṛṣṭi chintakaha. No. We are Brahmavadi. We are interested in Brahman. We are not interested in Maya. Because all our whole issue is that I am feeling I am a wanting being. I am a limited being. I want satisfaction in my life. I want fullness in my life. That fullness, one cannot achieve fullness by doing anything what you want to do. You keep doing. The very doing is limited in time, place and other things. What you gain through doing also is all limited. You are already limited. Doing something, you gain something limited. Limited plus limited plus limited plus limited can never be infinite or full. Then there is only possibility is perhaps you are full, you do not know. Our whole interest is understanding the whole, not interested in sṛṣṭi. So Paramartha Chintakaha, sṛṣṭi Chintakaha, different. So Māyā achannaha is someone, this Bhumishtaha, the person who was on the stage, that Maya magician, is covered by the Maya, nobody sees him, and therefore, since he is hidden, nobody is able to, and then they hold that what is projected will be taken real, because if that is not, the Mayavi, the magician is not seen, who is standing on the stage, you will think that Mayavi is climbing now. He is not there, but he is climbing the rope. Then whole thing becomes real. Yeah, and his killed also will become real. all think Maya is killed now. You will. Well, people start crying also. Maybe I don't know, but onlookers may start crying that he is killed. We have come here to see the show, but he is killed now. Oh, could you follow? So this is the thing. Anyway, same way. So people take this, the projected antakarana, and then Arudha Chaitanya also manifests consciousness in that antakarana, and therefore becomes a waker, dreamer, and all that. You think that this is the reality. Who are you now, Swami? I am a waker. I am a Vishwa at this moment. Vishwa means what? Yeah, I am body. This body. I am mind, I am senses, I am hunger, I am thirst, everything. Oh, I have a good memory, I am emoting, I am deciding, I am this, I am that. Ahankara becomes a reality. Ahankara means a mind, conscious mind. In fact, you are Chaturth. That's what is going to come in 7th mantra. You are basically Turyakyam Paramatma Tattvam. Like that Bhumishta, who is known as a Chaturtham. So 3 padas belong to 3 states of Ahankara, not Atma. Yeah. It's Ahankara's states. But because the Mayavi only appears as, projects all this, well, definitely we may say, this is Mayavi, this is his all projection. Same way all the Antakarana and the various states of experiences and the very experiencer in every state is all projected. Therefore, they are considered, we count them, 1, 2, 3, waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. But frankly speaking, I am Chaturtha, Turiya. Turiya means Chaturiya. Chakara goes by Panini rule. I am Chaturiya. Fourth in order to indicate that distinct. All the 3 are me, but I am not them. Therefore, I am 4th as Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam, Chaturtham, Manyate. It's going to come. Okay, then Bhashyakara says, Ataha, Tat Chintayam eva adaraha, Mumukshunam, Aryanam, Na Nishprayojanayam Sṛṣṭau adaraha. Iti Ataha, Sṛṣṭi Chintakanam, Eva iti Vikalpaha iti aha. Swapna Maya Sarupa iti, Swapna Rupa Maya Sarupa cha iti. I hope internet should not go. Gone.